Come on in, come on in, come on in. Happy Magnetic Monday. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Antoinette, I'm glad that you came in here and I just saw your name. Did you get your quiz in your email? Because I think I remember your name from Monetize Like a Muse for tomorrow. I want to make sure that you got your quiz and that you've already taken the quiz. Because that quiz, if not, I want you to go ahead and take that because that quiz, it's a really good, the value of it is probably like a $10,000 bot for you to be able to use to figure out 2 to 3 of your monetizable skills. And it should have come to you in the email. If it didn't, let me know. Because I think it was supposed to be out by now. All right. Put a 1 in the comments so I can make sure that you can hear me clearly. Today we're talking about how she signed 10 clients in 10 days with ease. Okay? A lot of women are really tired. They understand that they need more money, but they're really tired. You can't find the email confirmation? Okay. So let me double check. First, check your spam for me. I want you to do that for me. Check your spam for me and see if it was sent there. And if not, shoot me a DM and I'm going to immediately make sure it gets over there as soon as I get off here. Because I want to make sure you get it. And I remembered your name. So that's what made me, because I was like, I hadn't heard anything back from certain ones, so I needed to check. So thank you for letting me know. Okay. Today, like I said, specifically, we're going to be talking about how she signed 10 clients in 10 days with ease after 2 years of silence. Okay. We're talking about one of my specific clients who literally signed 10 clients in just 10 days of us working together. And I want to kind of talk about this because a lot of women, though they understand that we are in a time right now where, thank you so much for these likes, that they need more money. That's just the reality of it. Like, we all are in this space, like, you need the extra money. But a lot of women are exhausted, especially the women, who have worked and worked and worked themselves to the top and then decided to change over into entrepreneurship. And so they're trying to figure that out, so it just seems like they're exhausted. So it's like, no matter what they do, hey, my loves, thank you for these likes. No matter what they do, no matter what's going on, they know they need more, but they're kind of really exhausted and they can't really seem to figure out how to be able to call in more money. And so a lot of my work, and I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself, but a lot of my work is centered around supporting my clients in being able to become energetic matches for the very things that they want, because you can call in something that you're not ready for and you will drop the ball. Okay, because you're not prepared. So what I do is, when my clients come to me, it's not just that they go from 3 figures to making almost 15K in less than 30 days. It's not that they just sign 10 clients, after 2 years of silence, straight in less than 10 days. It's not that they start attracting, it's not just that they start attracting better friendships, better romantic partners. It's not just that. When they start losing weight and becoming healthier and reversing illnesses that, doctors told them that they wouldn't be able to reverse. Okay. What is happening is that they are becoming energetic matches and getting on the proper frequencies for these things to happen. And I think a lot of people, if they really understood themselves, the vibrational scale, who they are spiritually, if you understood that, you would know how to really pull out of this matrix known as society. You would not be so sucked into slavery, if you were really rooted in understanding who you truly are. And so the women that get these type of results from me, they're not just coming in like, oh, this and that. They're coming in and they're doing the inner work. See, a lot of y'all are being so smart or intellectualizing your work. You're intellectualizing your healing process. You're saying things like, oh yeah, I'm going to therapy. My therapist said this. But there's no evidence of real change in your life. Some of y'all are just paying to tell your business and there's no real forward progression. And that's the real problem. And that's going to be a huge problem as time goes on, because you have to become a regulator of your emotions or you're going to be regulated. I keep explaining to people that 2 doors are being opened right now. There's a huge portal. It's a window. It's not a portal. I'm sorry. Correction. It's a window. We are in what we call right now a window. You can feel it. You know something is off. You know something is also coming, but you necessarily may not know what to do. And all of those things are totally fine. But here's the thing that you do need to know. While we are in this window, you need to make a decision. And you need to be careful of all the decisions that you make, because the decisions that you make in this window are either going to push your lineage into forward progression, or it is going to push your lineage into poverty. Systematically, things are changing. All your decisions and choices from this point on, between this window, are either going to position your lineage for poverty or position your lineage for forward progression. You have to choose. And how do you position your lineage for forward progression? Is to evolve and to do the work necessary within yourself to become the woman you were designed to become, so that you have true dominion, so that you can have dominion over self, meaning you have control over self, therefore you can control your environment. And if you can control your environment, then you can create the reality you want. Even if that means having the type of romantic partner you have, the type of feminine community that you need, the type of business that you wanted to create, or the way that you are making money and the way that you were designed to make money. Because according to scripture, which is Proverbs 8 and 12, it lets you know that we have creative and witty inventions in our very being. So you being broke and being so broke to where you got to go lay on your back, or you got to go only look for men if they got money, is crazy to me. Women who do that and women who solely focus on that are women who don't understand that you can create from your own reality. You can create income from self. And the very people that a lot of people are going to watch and to check out, and they're telling them, go get money from this person and go get money from this person and go get money from this man and make sure you do this, they get money from you. They doing exactly what they feel is in alignment with them, so they can be able to get money, and they're getting money from you, all while telling you to go get money from somebody else. Now, I'm not saying that these people aren't getting money from other people either. Hey, but they are getting money from you and telling you that. So why is it that haven't you created? Why is it that you have not realized that you have a unique and creative way to be able to bring income in yourself without sacrificing your soul or your identity? Being at a 9-to-5 taxes on your soul. That's why people get sick at these jobs. Y'all don't understand that. That's why a lot of people who work 9-to-5s have anxiety. Okay? And so it's getting to the point where people are like, I have so much anxiety to where, I can't work. Okay, and this is where they're coming in to outsource you with the robots and the AI and all these other different things because you're too tired to work. These are the things that's happening. The goal is to exhaust you. The goal of society is to exhaust you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, until you act out physically. So now you go from being a spiritual slave to a physical slave. And of course, as you realize, when you get behind bars, slavery is totally fine according to, if you're behind bars, it's all right for you to be a slave. That's what they say. So they are banking, society banks on your inability to govern self. And a lot of women are out here looking for a daddy. And let me tell you something. You better chill. You better learn how to self-govern. You better get yourself in alignment. Because see, when you can self-govern and you get yourself in alignment, you can call in money. You can call in the type of relationships and community that you need into your space. I'm telling you what it is. And I'm telling you what I've done and what I've been able to support my amazing clients in doing. It's not that they just come to me and they get these results. Yes, women come to me, they make more money. Yes, women come to me, they get healthier. Yes, women come to me and they master their emotions. Yes, women come to me and their relationships improve. Yes, women come to me and their feminine magnetism goes off the Richter. Yes. Yes. But here's how I'm able to do that. You know why I'm able to support my clients in doing that. It ain't even because, oh, I'm just so gifted. I'm just so this. The Most High gave me these gifts. But let me tell you why I can confidently push women into these spaces where they're able to do this, because I did it for myself first. I used to be 100 pounds heavier. Let's start there. I used to eat my emotions because I could not manage my emotional responses. I would eat them. Just much like they gave you the programmings, you should be eating ice cream and all the other foolishness when you get sad, or you should be binge eating on your cycle when you, because that's your time to be able to do all that piss poor programming. I had no control over my impulses. So not only was I emotional eater, but I also was an emotional spender. There is a connection between the two, whether you realize or not. Okay? So I was an emotional spender. So though I was working at MAC Cosmetics, though I had a booming bridal business where I was painting faces down, though I was working full-time at the Department of Children's Services, I could not keep money. I could not keep money. And how is it that you doing all this and you can't keep money? Because energetically, I was not a match for security because I was so insecure. Out of your beliefs comes insecurity and insecurities. So in order for money to feel safe with me, and money is energetic, in order for people to feel safe with me, I had to be first a safe experience for myself. How is it that you are wanting people to come into spaces with you and you are a nightmare? Be for real. And when you are a nightmare to yourself, you will repel every single thing that you desire, because energetically, it's going to tell on you. Men lie, women lie, numbers can be crunched, data can be skewed, energetics are never lie. This is why men are the masters of energy reading and women are the masters of intuition. See, this is why when you tell a man, oh, I'm fine, he clearly can tell that you are not fine. It's whether or not he cares, whether or not he cares to investigate if you are truly fine or not. But they always know. They are not idiots and we are not crazy when we feel things on the inside of us. They always know and we always know. But what you have to understand about yourself is that in order for you to be able to sustain the things that you desire, the things that you truly, truly want, you have to become walking security and safety. You have to become walking security and safety for yourself. That is the only way that you attract protection, external protection. You understand that? A woman that and I'll give you a better example. The jewelry at the jewelry store, the most expensive jewelry, okay, is locked up in the back. It's not put in the front because they understand the value of those diamonds or that jewelry or that specific type of piece. It's not displayed in the front. The other pieces in the front have value, but just not the value that in the back has. That's why it's so protected, because it is a secure investment. When you are a secure investment, people don't have a problem. They will immediately come and protect you. You will have provisions because people want to invest in things that are valuable. People invest in people who are valuable, okay? So you have to understand that if you see yourself as an investment, people are going to protect you. People are going to value you. Y'all don't get that. Y'all be yelling that. Every time you get in somebody comments and somebody say something powerful, the first thing you say is protect this person, because you do it. You even do it energetically. You never even probably realize that until I just said it right then and there. But you will hop in the comments and say, protect this woman and protect this man. Why? Because you see value. Now, why you don't protect yourself like that? Why you don't protect yourself like that? Energetically, you can recognize value. It's crazy how you recognize value outside of yourself. And which is why we're talking about how she signed these 10 clients in 10 days. Because it was an elevation of understanding of value. That is how my clients attract better. That is how my clients get healthier. That is how my clients make more money. This is how my clients stop being a slave to emotions. This is how my clients decrease their autism and ADHD symptoms with working with me. This is why my clients have extremely decreased anxiety after working with me. Because we get rooted in truth. You have been told a lot of lies, and you believe these lies. And because you believe these lies, they have become your reality. And you need to understand that belief impacts biology, and biology influences the way you behave. So nobody is coming to buy from you because you don't even believe in the value of what it is that you're selling. You don't believe in yourself. You do understand that confidence is nothing but belief in self. And you do understand to develop confidence, you have to actually take action. So you have evidence that you've done it before, because then you know you can do it again. That, and with the more you can repeat it and do it again, is what makes you more confident. Which is why I can sit before you, because I have helped hundreds of women in this area. I'm not new to it. I'm extremely true to it. And I'm consistently evolving and working on self. So this is one of those things that I need you to really understand. So what I do specifically for my clients is that I help high performing women regulate their emotions, restore their power, so they can lead, earn, and attract from energetic alignment. The reason why a lot of women are in disarray is due to misalignment. Misalignment, wrong marriages, and wrong relationships. You got married for feelings and not for strategic alignment. Not for what you truly value based on programming. A lot of people are struggling and exhausted, a lot of women, because they have worked 9 to 5s where they've built themselves all the way to the top. They have these high level positions in management and yada, 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 yada. And this is not aligned. This is not the aligned monetization style that is in design for their life. And because they are chasing something that society said that they should chase, they are trying to figure out why they are so exhausted, why this makes them sick, why this is embarrassing or harming their relationships at home, why all these things continue to keep happening to them, because this way of monetizing your lifestyle is not in alignment for you. And you don't have the true faith, and you don't have the true belief that you can execute the gifts that you have on the inside of you. So you continue to be a slave for a system that intends to keep you stagnant. And you don't move. And then when you don't move, because human nature, when we don't move and we get stagnant and we're not progressing, we get down, we get depressed. You get down because you're not going anywhere. This is exactly why, too, people who have jobs where they're sedentary, they're not doing too much, they end up having back issues later down in life because they're just sitting in one space. You were never meant to sit in one space. Alignment is about moving. It's about expanding. It's about growth. And a lot of us don't understand that when you get in alignment, things happen, such as her being able to sign 10 clients in less than 10 days. It's really not difficult when you're in the right spot. The catcher gonna always catch the ball when the catcher is at the right place, at the right time, doing the right thing with the right material. The catcher is always going to catch the ball. If you see yourself as the catcher and you understand your position as a feminine woman to receive, then you will always be in the right position to receive, because your goal is to stay in alignment with what the plan is for your life, what the vision is for your life, and you don't deter from that. That is how you always position yourself to receive. When you step out of alignment, you step out of the realm of protection, you position yourself to work backwards. You position yourself to go against your design. You position yourself for early demise. It is not a game or a joke for you to be in a marriage that is making you sick, or a relationship that's making you sick. You need to be really careful of that. You need to be very careful of that. It is very dangerous for you to be in misaligned scenarios, whether it is working in business, with people, and anything. It is very damaging and dangerous to your health. It is not a coincidence that all these women keep getting autoimmune diseases from doing all these things and overexhausting yourself. There is no reward for that. There is no reward for that. You need to do what's in alignment. What's in alignment for you ain't finna exhaust you. Because who is your God that would do that to you? Who? Hey, love. Who is your most high that would do? I don't know that. That's not what I know. I got something to do here. And it's not to go down in this scenario. Misalignment can be deadly. And you need to pay attention to that because that's extremely important. So when you understand alignment in general within self, you will position yourself to attract other people that are in alignment with you. For example, I tell people all the time, if you sit on the frequency of fear, hey there, if you sit on the frequency of fear, you're going to attract things that are going to intensify your anxiety. So if you live in the reality that all people can't be trusted, they are trash, people are not who they say they are, like nobody's real, nobody's this, your reality is always going to be that you meet people who bring that up. And even people who may not necessarily even be trying to bring that up, you're going to the story you're going to tell yourself is that that's what they're trying to do. So you position yourself to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. But this happens a lot with people who tend to attract the same type of people, but I'll say this, the same type of energy or spirit in different bodies. Because a lot of times if you pay attention to what you attract, it's a pattern. And if you're not paying attention to that pattern, then you're going to continue to repeat it. And how you normally deal with relationships is normally how you deal with revenue, money. Okay? So if you're here, you didn't just find this live by accident. Your body brought you here. Okay? So we want to get to the money because we're talking specifically about how she got into the energy of being able to call in those 10 clients. And that came from her being secure, not just in one area, but her being secure in all areas. I'm telling you, when you fix the problem you have with your meals, you'll start fixing the problem you have with your money. And perfect example, I'm going to stop eating out. Guess what happens? You have more money in your account. That's one example. But let's just take it a little bit further, right? So when you deal with the issues around your meals and why you eat the type of meals that you eat and why you eat the way that you do, okay? That'll get a hold on the energetics and the impulse around your money. When you get around the impulse of what's happening, the relationship with your money, you will begin to get a better understanding of the relationship that you have with men. And the key thing to all of this is that all of these things are rooted in you not being emotionally regulated. Meals, money, and men. All of those things are rooted in you not being regulated, your nervous system not being regulated. And a lot of that happens because of the knowledge that we lack around the things that we should be doing to regulate our nervous system. Provision is a part of the promise. When you come into alignment with your birthright, provision is a part of that. So crying about money or, getting money and then not having money and then talking about some, you trying to figure out what's going on. Provision is a part of that. You should never be worrying about money. Because one, like I said, you have creative and witty inventions in your very being according to Proverbs 8 and 12. Now, the issue may be that you may not have tapped into those gifts because you were so caught up in the program, but I need you to understand that by 2027 they're basically saying that most people are going to be forced into entrepreneurship. What is the skill set that you have? What is the skill set that you have that's going to be able to support you? Because guess what? Self-sufficiency is about to be a real thing. It's already a real thing, and it needs to be very real for you, because you need to be thinking about, okay, how am I going to live the life that I need to be able to flourish? And you need to set yourself up for that. You have to come up higher. I just watched a TikTok a few minutes ago where a guy was talking about the difference between when you're making less than $10,000 a month, the activities and the things that you're doing, versus the person who's making $30,000 a month, the activities and the things that you're doing. And it is very much so different. It is very much so different. Okay? The $30,000 energy is coming from, like, people are inviting you spaces and people who have that kind of money, and they understand basically you in that space. Everybody's kind of covering each other because everybody's just cool. You go to dinner, one person may be covering dinner. You go do this, somebody rented out a ski thing, you're going to do that. Those are the type of activities you're doing, and then you're also putting each other's names in rooms. It makes a difference. Like I keep telling you, you will only go as high as the ceiling of your thoughts. You will only go as high as your thoughts, and you will only go as wide and expansive as your circle. And a lot of you don't want to release people and release stagnant energy when you don't realize the stagnant energy is why the sales are not coming in. The sales ain't coming in because you're holding on to clients that disrespect you. What do you mean? How are you starting a business and being disrespected by clients? And they still client? That makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. You are holding on to people because your identity is rooted in you being paid by people, because you don't realize that the truth is you really being paid by the one that created you. That person is just a vessel, but because you made that person an idol, you made that person and their payment your idol, and you depended on that, and you start holding on to that so tightly it was ripped from your hand. If you ever want to get rid of something, try to hold it tight, try to obsess about it, try to depend on it. There's nothing that you can depend on this earth. What do you mean? What do you mean? Clients don't pay me, sweetheart. The Most High pays me. And if you happen to be the vessel, say lie. But she is still going to be paid, because guess what? Whatever a man sows, you shall reap. And she always sows value. So she has always and will always continue to reap value, because I understand who I am. I understand whose I am. And because I understand that, I can have dominion over self. Self-control is not a fruit of the spirit for convenience, or just to be like, oh. Self-control is how you control your environment, how you create your reality, how you get the things that you truly, truly want by being in self-control. Do you understand that? This is why it tells you in scripture that under the fruit there is no law, meaning you can't do nothing wrong when you moving in the fruit. You know what you can manifest? And y'all out here trying to write stuff down 3 times. And all you got to do is get in alignment. Don't get on my nerves. Don't get on my nerves. Because come on. Money is not going nowhere. It may change its form in the sense of how we deal with it, but it's not going anywhere. First and foremost, it ain't. It's energy. And value is always going to be invested in. You have to show, and you have to not show as improve, but you have to exhibit value. You have to exhibit being an asset. You are wondering why people want to invest in you, why men want to invest in you, why this person want to invest in you. It's because you don't walk around like an asset. And it ain't got nothing to do with how you dressing. It ain't got nothing to do with how you look physically. It is an essence. It is an aura. It is an energy. It is truly the essence of the woman who understands herself. It's when women walk into rooms and you just know that they're powerful before they even speak, because you literally can see the power of the Most High within her. You just feel it. You see it. Energetically, you need to bring yourself up. A lot of y'all do not have sales problems. Y'all can sell just fine. Y'all done sold so much and so many things for so many other people and so many other corporations. I just want you to do the math for 2 seconds. For those of you who are on my line, I'm going to show you a really quick manifestation tip, trick, okay? Because I need you to be able to see it for yourself. Now, you ain't going to be able to sustain it if you don't do the spiritual rooting things that I'm telling you right now. You understanding who you are scripturally, it ain't going to stick. But I'm just going to tell you so you can see it for yourself, okay? So I need you to think about, what was your highest salary? As I'm asking, you don't have to put this in the chat, but I want you to say this to yourself. I'm asking you probably about 3 questions. The first question is, what's the most amount of money that you've ever made working somewhere? Okay? I want you to just think about that number. We can do a little math. Now I want you to think about the second highest pay that you've gotten at any type of corporation, right? I want you to think about the third highest, right? And I want you to add those 3 numbers up. And if those 3 numbers add up to $100,000 or more, I need you to put a 1 in the comments for me. If what I just told you, especially if you have 2, and they have added up to $100,000 or more, put a 1 in the comments. Okay? Thank you, thank you. So what I need you to know is and realize you've already made $100,000. So you don't need to manifest $100,000. You don't need to manifest $100,000. That's too low of an amount because you've already made that money and that money is gone. What do you have to show for it? What needs to actually happen now is not that you try to manifest 6 figures, because truthfully, that's not enough, and you've done that before. That's easy work. What you need to realize is that you need to figure out how to collapse time, because you got to think about how long it took you between them 2 jobs to make at least or over $100,000. Was that 4 years in between? Was that 2 years? How long? And you need to figure out how to collapse time. Your issue is not manifesting $100,000. You now have proof that you have manifested $100,000 before. So, and the thing is this, when you have done something one time, there is no such thing as try. So eliminate try from your vocabulary, because trying is not a thing. Once you have evidence, you have done this before. Now the decision is, are you going to do it again? How is this going to be? How am I going to make this time collapse? How can I make this process efficient and effective? How can I do this in a way to where I'm not 4 years into 6 months? How do I close the energetic gap between me and $250,000 because I've already made this amount of money? See, these are the things that have to happen. So when you ask me why my clients get the results that they get, that's why, because we close those gaps. Y'all be out here trying to manifest $100,000, and the Most High be showing you that's chump change, that's small money. You already made that. You literally begging for something you already had, and you had it, and you didn't know what to do with the first go round. Sales is not about getting a bunch of money. Sales is about understanding the energy you have to be in so you show up, so people come to you and give you their money. That's the skill set that I have. But you do it, the only way to be able to do that is you have to do it from a space of integrity, authenticity, because you can't be trying to be a snake and do it. You ain't going to be able to sustain it. It tells you in scripture, anything that you create from in the name of evil with a foundation of evil, sweetheart, you may as well cancel it. You ain't going to be able to keep that. That's why whatever you attract under false pretenses, you can't keep. See, you can only hold up that fake personality until people see you. You eventually are going to be seen. Whatever you attract under false pretenses, you will never keep. This is why you have to be rooted in truth about who you are. Because if you know who you are, then you know how to brand. And if you know how to brand, then you know how to speak the message that's clear. And if you know how to speak the message that's clear because you know it in your sleep because it's who you are, then you're going to show up consistently. Because we are consistent in being who we are. And the only way that you would feel like an imposter showing up, working in a business, is if you were not being who you are. Little Miss Code Switch, little Miss I need to put on, little Miss I need to do this. Child, I am who I am. My family will tell you that. My friends will tell you that. I am who I am. And if who I am repels you, I am 100% okay with that, because what I understand is that we live in a world where duality is real. And if I accept something, when you step into the energy of accepting a calling that the Most High gave you, when you step into the fullness of that, you got to understand that with exception and accepting comes rejection. So I'm not even mad at the rejection. I'm not mad at other people being repelled by me or whatever it is that I'm saying. I'm okay with that. And see, that's what makes you a good seller. Reason why y'all suck at sales and you feel like, oh my God, nobody wants to buy. You scared of somebody telling you no. But the reason why you scared of somebody telling you no is because you don't say no enough. People who respect boundaries are people who have boundaries, who understand boundaries. People who respect boundaries are people who have boundaries. See, when you say no, they ain't finna be like, well, why not? What's wrong? What did I do? I would do this for you. They ain't finna do none of that. Okay. Baby, y'all crashing out when somebody tell you no. That's because you don't say no enough. which is why you can't come into the energy of being able to bring in the type of income that you want, because you're afraid of rejection. Everybody don't have to accept you. See that? Don't get me started. It started with participation trophies. See, everybody's a winner. Everybody's not a winner. Let me see. Now we finna go. Everybody ain't a winner. Everybody's not a winner. If everyone was able to be a winner, the scales would be imbalanced. You need to realize the world that you live in. Let me tell you something. If you are a woman and you want to thrive here, and I mean for real, you need to learn scriptural, spiritual law. You need to understand what this world is governed by. You need to understand the science of yourself so you stop working against your feminine design. You need to understand the psychological nature of your lineage so you stop repeating these habits and these cycles. Hey, loving. You need to be thinking. And this is the thing that's extremely important, because we're not thinking. You don't have an issue in the area of sales. You got a safety problem. Women who have a problem receiving, see, I'm about to put you on game on something. Let me tell you how this works. Like I said, you don't have a sales problem, you have a safety problem. And ain't no funnel gonna fix a body that's bracing. And let me tell you something, the women who grew up in space, the women who have not studied their psychological lineage are women who struggle to receive. And I said what I said. The women who have not studied their psychology behind their lineage, those women, they struggle to receive. Because when you close those gaps of seeing women constantly serving, constantly showing up, constantly getting sick, constantly serving everybody, constantly doing all this into their old age to where nobody is caring about them, and you look at that with real eyes and you decide that you don't want that for yourself, see, then you start positioning yourself to receive. But because you are not in tune with the psychology of your lineage, you just think you keep attracting narcissists. You just think you keep attracting users. When in reality, you were the one in the family supposed to set the tone by creating boundaries. See, some of y'all think y'all generational curses are so heavy, like you. Not everybody meant to go and their generational curses is for them to just the lineage to be this and be sorry. Some of y'all meant to set boundaries. A boundary is breaking a curse. Because it's breaking the curse of being a people pleaser. It's breaking the curse of feeling like you have to over-explain and over-give and all of these different type of things that you simply do not have to do. You break curses when you set boundaries. That's why it's insane to me when I hear people say that they are believers and they struggle to set boundaries. Don't piss me off. It don't make no sense. None. I often wonder, do you know the God you claim you serve? Because you clearly don't. You clearly are not getting the understanding of what's being said in scripture. You don't have a sales problem. You got a safety problem. So if you don't know how to receive due to you not doing a proper investigation on your lineage, the psychology of your lineage, this means you struggle to receive love. That means that you probably, you like fireworks over fireplaces. You confuse intensity with intimacy, and then your income suffers because you have no influence, because you are sacrificing your influence trying to please someone else. So therefore, that influence can't create impact, which is what impact is, the main thing you need, because impact is what creates income, which is why you have none, or why it's inconsistent in your business. See, when you sacrifice listening to the voice within you, your intuition, you sacrifice your influence, you sacrifice your impact, and you sacrifice your income. What, so you can keep the peace? Girl, don't piss me off. Be for real. Where has that gotten you? She didn't just sign 10 clients because, she did this strategy. Energetically, you got to be there. I just told you people pay for what they value. And if they value the information, the person, they're going to buy in. They're going to buy in. And that's what you're missing. So let's go ahead and get into a bit of how a lot of women struggle to, bring in clients or call in more money in their businesses, because your money is mirroring your emotional reality. Miss up, down, up, down, up, down. You have so much anxiety about something that hasn't happened yet. Are you a fortune teller? I'm sorry. Are you a fortune teller? Because how do you know that this is going to be your reality? I don't care what somebody said to you. How do you know that that is going to be your reality? But yet you are out here sacrificing your peace of mind by worrying, which is weakening your immune defenses. And then you wondering why you're getting sick. All of these things start spiritually. All of these things. Because you're not rooted. You really don't have belief. And belief impacts biology. And biology influences the way you behave. Don't you remember the last time you thought you was pregnant, you was throwing up, and you took a test, you weren't throwing up no more? Girl, your brain is that powerful. You don't understand the game. You don't understand the science of yourself. Remember, that was the second thing I told you that you should be knowing as a woman if you're walking around here and you want to thrive. You need to know spiritual law, and I'm talking about scripture. You need to know the science of yourself so you don't work against your design like society tells you to. And you need to know the psychology of your lineage so you don't repeat it. Because a lot of y'all think y'all better than the people that came before y'all when you are a lemon from the same lemon tree, darling. I don't know why you think you better because you got degrees and you got a little money. And you went to therapy 2 times. Or if you was in therapy for 12 years, you still ain't better than people because you ain't caught the loops, because you keep repeating the patterns. And we are in a position right now in society, and I'm talking to millennials when I say this, because I am one as well. Millennials, the decisions that we make during this window period, because we are in the middle of a window period, okay? The decisions we make in this window period is either going to position our lineage for poverty or position them for forward progression. Choose your character. And choose wisely. And see, women in the millennial generation, a lot of us really struggle to make serious and real decisions when it comes down to our lives. We really do. Because we feel bamboozled on one end. We've been told that we do all these things, our life is going to be amazing. And a lot of us feel like life is just sucked and it ain't been amazing. And we can't even afford to get out. And all our parents got to do all this and da. I understand. I get all of that. But the biggest battle that you are having as a millennial is you are fighting yourself. And you are going to have to do the most mindset work, and you ain't got a lot of time to do it because we in the window. And really and truly, it should have started a long time ago. But I'm telling you, while you are in this window, you need to elevate your mindset. The issue that a lot of millennials we are having is because we are fighting between the old days and fighting to what is coming. But what we need to remember as a generation is that we are the generation of the pivot. Let me remind you who you are for 2 seconds. We, millennials, are the generation of the pivot. We are the last generation to play outside. We are the last generation to understand and know about phone books. We are the last generation that remembers CDs and tapes and all that stuff. We are the last generation. We literally watched this world birth into a digital nation. We literally are the pivot generation. So you were literally designed and prepared for this. And it tells you in scripture that under the sun, there's a time and there's a time for everything. And it is not a coincidence that you were brought here during this time. So though you may feel like we have been gypped in a lot of ways, and we have. What you need to be very clear on and understand is that we are the ones that are supposed to get in position to lead and transform. And a lot of the things that we do is going to be for people that we probably ain't even going to see it all. But we were built for this. We should not be buckling under the pressure of this. We were built for the pivot. So pivot. And the biggest pivot that you need to make right now, if you are in that mindset, stuck in the in-between, you need to shift your reality and pivot your mindset. The old systems are dead. You need structure, or you are going to get lost in the future and position. I'm telling you, families that have never been in a state of poverty are going to be positioned for poverty. Watch what I'm telling you. The decisions and the choices that you make a difference. Come up. You want the money? Come up. You want better relationships? Come up. You want better health? Come up. What's the first way you need to come up? Set your mind on things that are of above. It talks about this in Colossians 3:2. In order for you to attain the things that you want, you have to energetically become that internally. And that's what we're getting into today. So we're talking about that whole aspect of emotional reality and how it's connected to money. This is what I mean. Here are some power leaks that a lot of women do in business all the time. They launch in the name of urgency while spiraling in silence. Stop creating offers and trying to sell things so you can pay your bills. That's lack mindset. See, because you waited to the last minute for whatever reason. See, all of this is a pattern. And you need to see yourself. And one of the things about me is that I'm really good at holding up the mirror, because I always look at the mirror and I'm always on me. And I'm really good at pattern recognition. That's the gift from the Most High. You have to look at yourself. Stop trying to create and up and sell things because next week you got to pay your bills. If you sit in the energy that is who you are, and you really amplify that craft, and you really study yourself, and you really do what you need to do, you will create something in a timely manner that money will consistently come in. But that rush energy is anti-feminine. See, the feminine don't rush. Rush for what, baby? Rush for what? What is the rush? See, when you're in a rush, that means that we miss some steps. Why? What steps did we miss? What are we doing? So being out here in this, being out here in a space where you are launching something or selling something in the name of urgency to get this out so you can hurry get this money by tomorrow and do this and do that, you're creating the type of energy that is desperate. And when you get in the DMs to offer that product to your potential client, when you email your potential client, you think that your client cannot feel the energy from your words, and that's not the truth. You know why they leave you on red in the DMs? Is because you come across cheesy and salesy, like you don't care, because you don't care. You only care about the sale, and the sale is not happening because energetically the desperation is felt. It doesn't feel personal. It doesn't feel intentional. It doesn't feel like you're concerned. That energy transfers. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. That's what it gives, because your bills are hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So that is a power leak. Money is not attracted to that because it creates the frequency of desperation, and desperation means danger. It means halt. It means slow. This is why even when I used to have calls with people one-on-ones, when I used to do free calls a while back, I never pressed anybody into any of my programs. I told them directly, you go and you talk to the Most High about that. Because the one thing for sure is that if it's meant for you to work with me, the Most High will provide the money. The Most High will give you permission, and you will come in with the energy of full participation. And I know you're going to get the results that you're looking for. I'm not even worried about it. See, when you come in on that type of time, you're going to be ready to pay freely, because you're not just coming into a space just to, lollygag. You coming in here because you want real results, which is why price point wise, you should be priced properly, because people will blow $10. Baby, go ask Planet Fitness. Y'all pay them people all year long and don't show up one time. Don't piss me off. Y'all will pay streaming fees. Don't even know the type of money that's coming out of your account and how it's adding up. We will blow money, especially when it's low money. But when I tell you to come and work with me directly, and we working one-on-one, and you're saying that you want to work with me for 6 months, and I tell you it's going to be $15,000, and I don't blink when I tell you it's going to be $15,000, you're going to show up where you need to be. If I tell you to come into the Muse Activator, and I say, if I say drop the word activate, and you DM me the word activate, and you DM me the word activate, my assumption is that you're ready to pay that $997 to start. And that's my 6-week program. If you turn around and you drop Muse to me, that tells me you want the Monetize Like a Muse class, and you want the 2-week support. And I'm going to send you the link because I'm under the assumption that you are prepared to pay that $497. So that's the thing. Energetically, you need to make sure that you are launching things and creating things from an energy that says, I'm trying to create impact, because impact sells. Let me tell y'all something. November 2022, I was finalizing everything with me getting divorced, right? And I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, okay, Most High. I thought I was going to be married. So I thought we was going to do life. Kind of like, we ain't finna do life because I'm finna do this. With good reason. So, I don't know what I'm about to do. And all I did was like immerse myself in scripture. And in scripture, I found a pattern in Genesis. And when I found that pattern in Genesis, it basically was teaching me how to create the reality that I desired while still honoring what the Most High was saying. And when I found that loophole and I found that cheat code and I found that pattern, I recorded a video about it. But I didn't think I was going to upload the video. I wasn't thinking about that. And the Most High was like, upload that. And I was like, I don't want to upload that. It's like, I don't want to upload that. Not because I didn't want to share, but I didn't think people were going to be receptive. And so all I heard was, okay. That okay made me a little nervous. So when I heard that okay, I went ahead and posted it. I was like, okay, let me settle my nerves with it. What is it? And I went ahead and posted it. And it is a video. It's still pinned up there now. And that one video inspired me to create a product that started off at $11. And then when I ended up bundling it up and ended up becoming $222, that one product alone made me about $40,000. And it was the process of literally becoming spiritually rooted, reprogramming your mind, understand that you can create income and away from your gifts instead of submitting to these systems. And I made $40,000 from that one product. But let me tell you something. How about I didn't make $40,000 from that one product though? I made $40,000 by being obedient to the Most High. Because did you hear what I said? When I was instructed initially to post it, I said, I don't want to post it. Because out of fear of what people were going to think. And I had to check myself. What do I care about more? The perception of mere creations or the creator of all things, the Most High himself? And I chose the Most High. And I always choose the Most High. And me choosing the Most High positioned me to receive passively from that one $40,000. So when I'm telling you about her getting these clients, it's not about, oh, she did all this strategy, she did this, she obeyed the process. See, obedience is way better than sacrifice. Because I told you the next thing that was said was, okay. When I said I don't want to do that, it was like, okay, I ain't going to beg you to do what you need to do. That's what it felt like. That okay was a little too, it was a little too good. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me. And I'm glad that it didn't sit right with me. Because I would not have obeyed had I not checked myself. So when we're speaking about this thing, you don't launch a product in urgency. I got to get this done before this happens. You don't do that. You're spiraling. And that's the energy that you're putting out there. You're putting out the energy of lack. There is no lack, there is no loss, there is no failure in the kingdom. And I'm going to say that again. See, when you operating according to the kingdom of heaven within you, according to Luke 17:21, there is no loss, there is no lack, there is no failure. See, I don't want to hear that. Oh, I think I'm going to mess it up. You ask the Most High about everything you do? Yes. So how would you mess it up unless you just make a decision not to obey? What we doing? Why are we even having this conversation? Don't get on my nerves. We really have to really be rooted in truth. Another power leak is undercharging from guilt and overgiving out of fear. Y'all feel like y'all got to give people your whole recipe, the whole everything. Because if you don't give them the whole everything, then they're not going to sign up and they're not going to come in. Y'all feel like if I charge this, they ain't going to take that. That might be too much. If you have that energy in you, it is too much and nobody's going to buy. You may as well stop. If you have that energy, nobody's going to buy. And it is too much. It is. Because the energetics behind you undercharging out of guilt, I know how it is in this economy. Baby, stop talking to me when somebody else just closed an $80,000 deal the other day. Don't make me mad. And then these folks this is the thing that be really getting me with y'all. These folks, I be seeing people close $20,000 deals, $40,000 deals, and it don't even be for like, it don't even be like business stuff. It be like random, the most random stuff. People have tapped into their gifts, and she's like, the value is 40,000, and they pay the 40,000. Let me tell y'all ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say, but y'all, I don't even know this little girl. She ain't no little girl. Let me not say that. I'm sorry. I'm 41. Sometimes I be doing that. But okay, so I saw this girl online. I don't know who this girl is, but I hate the little boots on the ground song. Y'all know all that, and I hate this whole little thing they're supposed to be doing. But she be dancing to this song all the time. It's the girl, and apparently they be paying her $6,000 for it. Everybody don't be online talking about how terrible or whatever, how good or terrible she is. They're always stating their opinion about how she's dancing, but when she gets a show, she's made it clear that she wants $6,000 a show. And there are people in the comments that's like, oh my God, that's worth $6,000. That's this and that's that. That's not even this, not that. Yeah, all them comments she going to the bank. She's still going to the bank. Whether you think she can dance, whether you think she can't dance, whether you think this, whether you think that, she's still going to the bank. And you know why she going to the bank? Because she know her value. Y'all dancing for free. Y'all dancing for free. You're dancing for free. You're being a minstrel. You're being a circus act for free. And this girl she ain't even taking a look off from what I saw. She had her clothes on. $6,000. And she be twisting her feet up. I ain't mad. Do you hear me? I'm not mad. Because I want y'all to do the math real quick. If she does 4 shows in a month, she's making $24,000. Let's take that 24 and times it times 12. Somebody do the math and put in the comments for me. That 24 times 12, somebody put in the comments. And I want you to think about when she gets done, if she's doing that all year, how she could take that money to go buy some property. She can go invest in something that's going to make her more money. And y'all still going to be complaining about her dancing ilka food. $288,000. Thank you, Nina. And y'all out here talking about her. Y'all out here talking about her. Y'all out here talking about her, though. And talking about her is ringing that check up. Y'all just... the way you will invest in somebody else's pockets. Danielle, I don't know her name, but she be dancing. And everyone talks about her. They're always talking either negative about her or they talking positive about her. And she's dancing and she be like twisting her feet. It fall in the whole boots on the ground. Something, I don't know. Then she be dancing the twist out. I don't know. But she is charging $6,000 for that. And she ain't up that long. And so everybody's talking about, oh my God, that ain't even worth that. She can't dance. They keep sharing her videos. Every share, money. Every time you talk about her, money. Every time y'all talk about how she can't dance, more money. Baby, she gonna have property. If she wise and she invested, she gonna have something. She gonna have something. And y'all still gonna be talking about her online when you can be having something. See, this is what happens when you focused on other people and things that you don't need to be focused on. You need to be focused on yourself. She ain't undercharging. $6,000, baby, $288K a year. If she does 4 of those, all she got to do is work every Saturday. She only work. Do y'all? Let's catch this math. Are y'all thinking? She is $6,000 a show. She's not up there dancing. She's dancing to one song, and she basically doing footwork and all. And child. She work maybe 4 hours. Maybe 4 hours a month and she making $24K. You do understand that you could be doing the same thing, but you playing. You don't want to step into the energy of that, and then you get mad at somebody else who stepped into the energy and said, pay me. I ain't finna dance. This ain't finna be a shuck and jive. But see, plenty of y'all are shuck and jive for free, and that's the problem. And she just decided that she's not. And now, if she keep rolling on this path, she on the path to basically making $288K. Please. If you ain't got 288K, don't even be talking about her. I'm just saying. She needs to be studied. I might do a case study on these. Cause listen, I'm not mad. Y'all are missing it. Undercharge, and then here you go undercharging. Wow, I'm trying to consider the economy. They paying her $6,000. They got tariffs in 2025, but they got $6,000 to pay her, and you want to charge $100? Get out my face! Are you kidding me? And what you're supplying is art. What you're supplying is value. What you're supplying is transformation. Get out my face talking about you changing somebody's life for $100. We don't believe you. We don't believe you. Because you can't go to no surgeon for $100. See, now we're going to get into it. You can't go to a therapist for $100 and the problem 100% solved. Then why are you charging that? Because you haven't come into the energy of understanding your value. So you don't price right. And then you get mad at other people who price properly. That's why I said I ain't mad at old girl. Get your bag. I'm not mad. The third power leak that a lot of women really struggle with when it comes down to business is overthinking the DMs and avoiding visibility. I've never seen so many women want to be seen, want attention, but don't want to be seen. And don't want to be seen. I've never seen so many people want attention, but don't want to be seen. And you don't want to be seen because you don't want somebody to see the real you, and that's because you're not operating from your true self. If you're operating from your true self, you don't care who see you. You don't care about showing up online. You don't care about any of those things. When you truly are in a space to where you expose yourself, and this is what I tell people, expose yourself before other people expose you. Expose yourself to yourself so you can accept self, and once you accept self, you free yourself. And when you free yourself, nobody else can put you back in shackles that you have freed yourself from. They don't have the key. They never had the key. You always had the key. Always locked within you. You always had the key according to Luke 17:21. The kingdom of heaven is within you. You've always had the key. Always. Okay? And people are talking about she's not the original creator of the dance. Now here's where, now let me say something about that too. And I'm going to talk specifically to us as far as black people with this one. We need to stop being so focused on the creative side of what we love and what we enjoy that we avoid business. See, we don't get down to the business of things, which is why we continue to get scammed, which is why we continue to get snaked. And if that is the case, and I'm not saying it is because I don't know if it is the case or if it isn't. But I have seen several scenarios where people have come on this app, people have been online in general, and they're talking about how this person has taken this from them and they are the original creator. How? Because I'm going to keep it all the way real with you. Since I've been on TikTok, I've seen a multitude of women pop up and, talk about feminine, and it's in a space very similar to me. And I'm not tripping because here's the thing about it is, baby, I could give you the entire recipe. I am the secret ingredient. So I am the secret sauce. It don't matter if you speak my words or you speak something else. I'm not even offended because it's never going to touch. It's never going to hit. It's never going to stick. I get the results that I get from my clients because what I say, what I'm teaching them sticks. And I'm teaching them what the Most High says because that is what sticks. When you say that you are a believer and you have come under that, that is what sticks. Because I understand that if you want to get to the bottom of things, you got to get to the spiritual root if you want the real fruit. See, that's the thing. So I'm never worried about a copycat. I'm never worried about somebody mimicking. I'm never worried about that because I could give you all that and you still ain't going to have it. You still ain't going to have it. Thank you, my love, for these likes and these gifts. Because you have your own uniqueness. And it is a slap in the Most High's face for you to want to mimic me anyway. Or anyone else for that matter. Which is why comparison is the thief of joy. Because it's not supposed to happen. Because everybody got their lane. The problem is you're not in tune with yourself to realize that you have your own lane. You wouldn't even be hating on her. A hater really and truly is a fan anyway. But don't even get me started Don't even get me started. That's why I don't get caught up. Oh, I love you. Listen, I appreciate it. But I understand how it also goes. You gotta be thinking now. Let me see. Okay, there we go, TikTok. So I need you to really like start paying attention to that. Stop overthinking this process of how I'm gonna DM them and trying to hide and I need to do a faceless brand. Man, be yourself. The truth gonna set you free every time. Every time. Your uniqueness is the solution and you're hiding and wondering why the sales aren't consistent. It's not gonna be consistent. You're overthinking things and you're avoiding visibility. What are you hiding from? You hiding from yourself. You're hiding from your ability to be great. Make it make sense. You are not inconsistent. Stop saying that too, because we are creatures of habit. You are not inconsistent. You are emotionally overextended. And you can't make money in that state because you're emotionally dysregulated, and money runs on energy, and emotions are energy in motion. So if you're emotionally dysregulated, expect the money to be inconsistent. Expect the money to treat you like a jump off. Expect the money to come to you here and there when you a little up and snatching it back. Because energetically, you're in violation. You're in violation. The law of emotional currency is that brilliance built on dysregulated foundation will always leak. You can be the smartest person in the world. Everybody knows somebody in the hood that's the smartest person in the hood, and you shocked that this is their life. But see, that's what happens when it's built on a dysregulated foundation. It's going to always leak. Okay? For example, or let me say this. If you are in a space right now to where you desire clean money, elegant pricing, and feminine earning without burning yourself out and collapsing, you need to be in my class tomorrow. Okay? I'm having a class, Monetize Like a Muse. It's $175. You can get a recliner, firm, and afterpay. You're going to first get access to this $10,000 bot that I created that's going to help you find 3 monetizable streams of the way you can make money. 3 monetizable skills and streams that you will be able to use when you bring those skill sets to class. And it tells you a whole lot. Like when you go into it, you get your quiz, you get your clarity. It positions you to be able to see what skill sets you have within you, where you can make at minimum $10,000 to $100,000 within a year, or less than, depending on how you price and how you market. That is a $10,000 bot $10,000 bot that I created. And when I tell you I tested it out, I gave it to a couple of my colleagues to test out, and even them, colleagues who I know have surpassed me in some areas. I sent it to my former client who was like almost at $1 million, still using the form I gave her. She said, "This is phenomenal. This is insane. This is so fire." Yeah. Ain't no excuse about why you're not making no money. You're not making no money because you don't know yourself. And you don't know yourself because you're not fully investigating. You don't know your identity. You only know what society has told you. So if you want clean money, you want elegant pricing, you want, feminine earning without burning yourself out, that's rooted in your identity, then Monetize Like a Muse is going to be it for you. Monetize Like a Muse also, when you're in that $10,000 bot, right, and you're playing around with it and asking it questions, it's going to give you an energetic profile. So it's going to tell you how to work without burning yourself out. It's going to tell you how to work without burning. It's going to tell you how to go get your first client that's high ticket. That's how their bot is designed. And then I have at the end, when you ready to go and make once you hit your first 10,000 or 15,000, come back and see me. Because you can position yourself like that with that bot. You'll come back and see me when you get it and you see how it works and you follow the process. So that's one of the benefits that you get in coming into Monetize Like a Muse. You also come in and you learn my triple stream method, which is monetizing your story, monetizing your skill, and most importantly, monetizing your signal. Your signal is why you're not selling. Your signal is off. That's why you're not selling the products. A lot of y'all have the story. A lot of y'all got the skill set. And I'm gonna show you what the skills and the streams are when you get or sign up for class. But you don't have the signal. We need to get that together. Because if the signal is right, then you're on the right frequency. And then those who are on that same wavelength are going to come to you. But nobody can see your signal. Nobody can hear your signal. None of those things. Every woman, feminine woman, every woman has a signal, whether you in your feminine energy or not. You need to ask yourself, you are literally a walking message as a woman. Do you realize that? Do you understand that when men first see you, they size you up to, because they're calculating to see if they can afford you a lot of time. So they are literally assessing you, and you don't assess yourself. You need to pay attention to that. You are being assessed. Whether people tell you or not, you're being assessed. And people are assessing your value from what you have on to your energy, all of these things. And if you are not in tune with the message and the signal that you are sending out, I see why you think you're confused about the people you attracted. But see, when you clean up that signal, when you make that signal clear, it's like the cash flow keeps coming. The chaos is at a minimum. The clients are coming in. The community is coming in. I'm telling you what I know, and I'm telling you how I've supported a multitude of my clients. Thank you, my love, for these comments. So, again, law of emotional currency. Brilliance built on a dysregulated foundation will always leak. Okay? It talks about in scripture how, excuse me, peace is better than abundance with strife. And that's in the book of Sirach, chapter 30. Verse 16, you can look that up in the Ethiopian Bible. It literally tells you that peace is better than abundance with strife. I need you to break this illusion. If you have hit a money ceiling, okay? If you hit a money ceiling, I need you to understand that if you feel like money feels hard, especially right now in business or whatever the case may be, your nervous system is doing all the work, okay? That your strategy was never meant to do. That's the thing that you need to understand. If you are not operating and if you are not monetizing or choosing or aligning with the proper monetization style for your lifestyle, you are going to be exhausted, overwhelmed, overworked, overfunctioning, and overextended. And you are going to burn out. You are going to burn out. A dysregulated nervous system leads to a nervous breakdown. That's y'all crash outs. Because there's not a lot of regulation that's taking place. I need you to see this stat. There's a stat that was done. Okay, and it said that women-led brands and companies with emotional regulation earn 2.6 times more than those in chronic urgency. I'm going to say it again. Women-led brands and businesses with emotional regulation earn 2.6 more than those in chronic urgency. If you are always creating just so you get money by tomorrow, the energetics of your business are going to be very inconsistent. Let me just tell you flat foot, no overflow, no abundance can exist in a bracing body, period. If you are bracing for your next hit, if you are bracing for the anvil to fall, if you are bracing that, no overflow of love, no overflow of money is going to exist in a body that's always bracing. It's not going to happen. Y'all are waiting on the anvil to drop, waiting on the dollar to crash, waiting on this, waiting on that. These things don't happen the way they're supposed to happen. You need to be focused. You need to be not swaying to the left or right. You need to still be on the path. This is why, again, and I didn't talk about the Muse Activator the first go around, but the Muse Activator above, when we're talking about sacred structure for sustaining power and regulated visibility. But let's talk about it from the space of peace. Now, if we're talking about monetize like a muse, this is where you have clear pricing. This is where you have aligned containers. This is what you're working with clients that feel great to work with. You should not be in business feeling like you have to work with people because you need their money. See, you already in the wrong energy. You're going to lose their money anyway. You're going to lose their money anyway because you think you need them. And the truth is, you need to be rooted in the trust that the Most High always provides. You've never seen the righteous forsaken. You've never seen the righteous begging for bread. And if you consider yourself by alignment under that saying, then there should be no reason for you to be confused about what type of client needs to be in your space, or if you should keep clients who are drainers. That's a no-brainer. Get rid of them. That's stagnant energy. That's draining. Like, absolutely not. Okay. Let me close this. Why is this not doing this? Hold on, y'all. Okay. So, but Monetize Like a Muse is going to be where the clear pricing is. You'll learn about that. Aligned containers and energetic sales hygiene. And that's something I'm really going to break down in class because that's really important. Having energetic sales hygiene is a high level. Trust me, you need it. You cannot be creating in the energy of rush, the energy of urgency, the energy of lack, the energy of loss. That's poor energetic sales hygiene. Because that means you're in scavenger mode. You'll take anything. I can't do, it's $100. I can't do $100. I can do $50. Okay, I'll take $50. See, that's what that is. Low energetic sales energy. Hygiene. When we talk about the Muse Activator, this is where you come into a full recalibration of your income field. This is when you take the hat completely off. The cap completely off of how much money that you can make. This is when you release all the programming. I just gave you a manifestation trick earlier in this live, showing you how you've already made $100,000. So why are you out here saying I need to make 6 figures? That's chump change. You put a ceiling on your own self. Nobody told you to do that. And what make y'all start talking about 6 figures anyway? You ever thought about that? You ever thought about the programming? How they just ease that in there around 2020, around the pandemic? Y'all pay attention to that. Where did y'all get that number from anyway? And then a lot of you don't even understand that that's 6 figures is a wide range. So what do you mean? A lot of y'all are just sitting here. I just need to make 6 figures, $100,000. $100,000 is the poverty line now. Y'all understand that? Oh, you didn't know? If you don't know, now you know. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these like. Listen to me. That's the poverty range, not babe. So what are we saying? See what I'm saying? You've already made that. Go bigger. But see, when you go bigger, it comes with responsibility. And y'all are afraid of responsibility. And you're afraid of loss. And you're afraid of lack. And you're afraid of failure. All of the things that are not in the kingdom. The kingdom does not lack. The kingdom does not lose. The kingdom does not fail. So if you are in the kingdom, then why are you making things your reality that aren't your reality? Like, don't get on my nerves. For real. Where's your belief? It's not real. And then you get mad when people don't want to hear you talk about your God. They don't want to hear you talk about your God. They don't. Because they don't see evidence of your God in your life. Need to be thinking. The Muse Activator not only brings you into a full recalibration of your income field, but visibility. It stops you from blocking yourself from being seen because you see yourself for the first time and you accept yourself fully and you own yourself and you come out a different shell, an elevated version of yourself. Okay? You recalibrate your safety and your power regulation in the Muse Activator as well. Okay? For example, I had, and this happened to me several different times, but I had a specific client who came in, and I had a class called Magnetism Reset Masterclass, and it's in the Emotional Wealth Kit that I think is still in the link in my bio. And in that class was Delilah. I think I saw her earlier in here. I don't know if she's still in here, but Delilah was in that class, and it was a class about regulation and getting yourself together. And she was the one who was struggling to get clients, and she was struggling to get clients for like a couple of years. I think she got like one client after a couple of years of just like trying to promote and get people in. She took that class. Within 48 hours, she had 5 new clients. 48. And over the next 4 days, she gained another 5 or 4, I believe. 9 to 10 clients in less than 10 days. You know what she said it was? Alignment. I keep trying to tell y'all. Alignment. No ads, no pushing people to do this, no crazy funnels, none of that. Alignment. Regulation, then alignment. Well, how do I get an alignment? Once you choose to regulate, after you complete the process of regulation, you choose to align all of your actions with the very thing that is going to get you closer to the vision that you have. The vision for your life. Here's what I need you to understand. And I know, like I said, a lot of women right now, they know they need to make more money, but you don't just want to earn money. It's bigger than that. It ain't really even about the money. It's easy to make money. So it's not even about the money. You want to feel safe. You want to feel seen. Okay? You want your gifts to be visible without requiring you to shrink or collapse afterwards. You want to be free. You want to be, the money is not for you to just go and be on vacation. You want to be in a space of being able to retreat and go see different things because you want the freedom. See, a lot of times women don't even want the money. They want the freedom. They want the ease. They want the softness. They want to just be. But you do that by laying a strong foundation within self first, and then you can externally create an amazing foundation, which can include people who support you, which can include you making the type of money you want to make, which can include the type of relationships that you desire for yourself. Okay? You are not lazy. You are just you are just unstructured. Okay? You're just unstructured in the realm. How can I describe this? You're unstructured in the realm that holds the most power, which is your nervous system. It's your nervous system. Thank you, my love, for these likes and these gifts. Okay? So, if we want to clean that up and start getting ourselves together, we want to look at, congratulations, somebody just bought a ticket to Monetize Like a Muse. You want to look at, if you need to do a gentle start, or if you need to do a power cleanup, if you know you need to be in a better space energetically so you can have profitable sales, then you really need to tap into Monetize Like a Muse. Okay, Monetize Like a Muse is $175 for the basic ticket. If you want Monetize Like a Muse with 2-week Telegram coaching, that's $497. You can get that recliner firm and afterpay as well. You will have to DM me the word Muse to get that offer because it's not up there. I didn't realize last week too that I had a link up there for Monetize Like a Muse and it wasn't fully correct, but it's corrected now. But specifically for the one $497, you have to DM me the word Muse. If you're in a space, like I said, you're in a space where it's a gentle start, or you need a powerful cleanup, you're able to make money, but you're like, okay, it's too stressful. I need energetically profitable sales. I need this to make sense. I need to make money where it doesn't exhaust me, because I don't have the energy for anything else, because I've been exhausted from society. I've been exhausted from work. I've been exhausted from all this. And I need something that's in alignment. That's why Monetize Like a Muse is so good, because you get that $10,000 bot. Because as soon as you come in, I'm going to confirm your email. Then you're going to get the email with the bot in there. You're going to take the quiz. You're going to know what your 3 monetizable streams are. Okay? We're going to go into class, and I'm going to break down how you going to basically use the triple stream method and the money Muse method to be able to call in your clients. And I need you to come back and see me once you hit your first 10,000, because I need you to price right. I need you to stop being scary with your pricing. You're not scaring off. Here's the thing about your energy I need you to understand. Or let me say my energy specifically. I'm going to speak for me with this. I have the type of energy that people either love being around me or people hate being around me. And it's not even necessarily anything that I say. But the energy that I give off is, I see you. And if you don't want to be seen, then you will scurry away from me, because you know I will see you. Something in you just says, I will see you. The people who want to be seen, the people who desire accountability, the people who desire community that's rooted in truth and honesty are normally the ones who last. People who don't want to be seen, people who hide and do those things, they run. And I'm okay with that. Your energy is going to attract and repel. Okay? So you want to position your energy to attract profitable sales, and it's a way you have to do that. And if you knew how to do that, you would already have done it by now. So stop trying to do it on your own. Listening to a bunch of subliminals, listening to Florence Shelby Sheen all day, listen to Never Got Her, listen to all these folks. That's not going to cause you to shift your reality if you are not ready to take real action. None of it. Hey, lovey, none of it. Okay? If you are in a space to where you know you need to activate, okay? This is a spiritual system for sustainable impact and income. This is for women who want to build sustainable income. Monetize Like a Muse is for women who want to align, make sure that they are operating from monetizing from an aligned space. You've been working, you've been doing business, you've been making money, an aligned space. You've been working, you've been doing business, you've been making money, but it's exhausting you, it's stressing you out, you're not making it doesn't make sense. You almost want to quit. You don't even care about the money no more because you that tired. You just hate it that much. That's why Monetize Like a Muse is going to help you. Because once you get in there, it's going to show you this how you make money with your identity. Not having to wear the identity of an employee. Not having to wear the identity of a people pleaser who takes clients just because they paying them even though they piss them off and drain them. All that stuff stops. Because you are only working and you are rooted in your identity. And these are things that God gave you. These are things that the Most High placed in you. Can't nobody take that. But only you can accept it. So when we come into Monetize Like a Muse, it's not child's play. It is for grown women who want to get in alignment and make the type of money that is rooted in them simply being them. No code switch. No people pleasing. No overextending. No over functioning. None of it. None of it. None of it. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes. Make it make sense. If you got to be out here getting money, at least get the money in a way it ain't gonna make you tired. And then some of y'all out here trying to talk about some you finna go get money from men. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. When you going to get that money, you working for them too. You're working for that money. You're having to put on and play and probably play small and do this and do that just to be able to get some money. How sad is that when you got money on the inside of you? Then you get to choose whether or not who you actually want to deal with, who you really want to partner with, who you really, whose rule you really want to come under. But no, you just, I got to get some money from him because you don't feel like you can get no money on your own. That's because you are not monetizing in a way that's in alignment with your identity. That's why. That's why. So if that's your issue, no judgment. We've all been there, myself included. Monetize Like a Muse. I'm teaching you that. And the reason why I can teach you that, I have built a 6-figure plus business from the ground up without hustling online. My frameworks have supported clients. It's going as far. One of my clients is almost at $1 million. My frameworks have supported women in going from 5 figures to 6 figures. My frameworks have supported women in being able to elevate their health, their income, and master their emotions, and be able to repeat it, the process. Because see, once you get to the root of you, you understand you, and you can always self-correct. So people don't have to automatically just come and correct you, because you'll correct yourself first. Because you understand your authentic energy, your authentic space, the way that you were truly designed, and you know how you operate. So you know when you out of pocket. Nobody got to tell you out of pocket. You already know. That's how I know y'all ain't real. Folks still got to tell you out of pocket. You know when you out of pocket. You know when you out your body. And you really need to pay attention to that. Okay? So, Monetize Like a Muse. You're going to get everything that I have. I'm monetized on 4 platforms. I'm monetized on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And I'm going to give you the formula. On top of you having your own skill set. Your own way to be able to make this money. Okay? Because like I said, with Monetize Like a Muse, it's going to give you 3 streams where you can position yourself to make it. It positions you to make anywhere from 10K to 100K. That's the potential. Or higher. It's literally up to you after that. Okay? If you're still a bit confused or trying to see if I really want to be in this class, or if you want to come into the Muse Activator program, which is a 6-week program where we get you all the way together. Monetize Like a Muse is like a taste. That helps you get rid of the money ceiling. Yes, you can. That helps you get rid of the money ceiling. Okay? When you come into the Muse Activator is going to blow the roof off all of the ceilings that you've created and teach you not only how to manifest these things consistently, but to be able to sustain the thing that you've manifested, which is priority. Getting something is one thing, sustaining is different. We need to understand that difference, okay? We need to be real clear with that difference. So if you're still unsure, it's not confusion. It may be a little bit of unprocessed safety trauma. You might be a little nervous. I don't know if I want to invest in it. I don't know if I lose my money and all of that. I want you to go with what is being told to you spiritually. I don't even want you to move emotionally. I want you to ask the Most High. Because I don't want anyone in my space that is not energetically aligned, because I don't care about your money. The Most High pays me. I need women and I need people in the space that are going to come in and are going to be ready to be profitable, ready to position themselves, okay? Ready to lead unapologetically, not prioritizing other people's opinions and thoughts. Thank you, Omida says. None of that. Here's what I need you to understand. Even with that unprocessed safety of being afraid to invest, I want you to think about something, okay? A year from today, you'll either be regulated and overflow, or you'll still be tweaking offers and discounting while performing power. Performing power looks like you trying to chase achievements that don't align with you, but so that you can show other people that you got it together. Performing power is being the strong one. Performing power is identifying yourself as I am a cycle breaker, just so you can take on everyone's problems in the family and then complain about how nobody supports you and shows up for you. Performing power looks like people pleasing. Performing power weakens you because you have no power. Exactly, Terry from Soul Food. No power. Okay? So that's what I have for y'all today. Listen, this what I'm teaching and what I'm offering in class and what I'm also offering in my program, this isn't just learning. Y'all had enough knowledge. Y'all have had enough knowledge. It's not about learning. It's about anchoring. It's about anchoring what your soul already knows. Because you already know this. Your power is really ready. But your nervous system has to be ready, because that's how you're going to be able to receive it. Nervous system has to be trained for safety. Okay? Thank the Most High for you being here. Thank the Most High for your nervous system making it here intact for you to be able to receive this message. And thank you for your brilliance for not giving up. So let's structure it, though. Let's structure it. Let's structure it so you can rise. Don't let all the good stuff sit at the bottom. What does that do? That don't change nothing if it's sitting at the bottom. Rise to the top. Okay? What questions do you guys have for me? Like I said, you can DM me the word, what did I say? Muse. If you're interested in the Muse Activator, if you DM me the word Muse, I am going to assume you are prepared to pay $9.97 via Klarna Affirm Afterpay or full payment because you want to come into the program. So don't send me Muse, honey, because that's what I'm going to send you, okay? If you want Monetize Like a Muse with the 2-week private coaching that you'll get from me, that's $4.97. Send me the word monetize, and I'm going to send you a link for that $4.97. If you just want the ticket into class and access to the $10,000 bot that's going to let you know what your 3 streams of income are, then get your ticket for $175. $175, you still getting that bot. So whether you get the $4.97, the $4.97 is you having me. So you got that accountability. You got a little bit of that fire underneath you, because I need to see you bringing in an income, not because it's going to do anything for me. I need you to feel that you can secure somebody with $10,000 so you can elevate your confidence in your belief. I ain't worried about it. All I got to do is put the seed in you, but all you have to do is be ready. So I'm not even worried about that. But if that is where you are, come on in to class. Class is actually happening tomorrow at noon. Okay. You do get access to the replay if you miss it, and you can email me questions or whatever that you have. If something happens and you miss it, you want me to answer it, I got you. So you don't have to worry about that. But it is happening tomorrow. It is happening noon. It is Monetize Like a Muse. You're going to learn amazing things. I'm really excited. You're going to learn how to really get into the monetization space where you, how can I say this? You're going to get in the space of alignment where monetization comes easy. Because anytime you're doing something that is authentic to you, you'll be consistent. Central Standard Time, you will be consistent. And if you're consistent, then that's going to breed results. And the more results you get, the more confidence you get. And the more confidence you get, the more you show up. You see what I'm saying? The math be mathing, okay? You got to understand. So drop your questions for me. Congratulations. Somebody else looks like they just got 2 people. Congratulations. Y'all just got tickets to Monetize Like a Muse. I will see y'all tomorrow. It's going to be so good. I'm really excited about it. And that is my last masterclass for a while, y'all. I'm going to be focusing more so on women who want to activate their muses. So if you want me in that space, that's going to be my last masterclass for a minute, okay? I'm actually shifting down my masterclasses, and I might be making them like quarterly. So you're going to have to get in where you fit in. I'm starting to tighten up. And I'm telling you, when I start tightening up, y'all already know it's something going on. So I'm trying to tell y'all something without telling y'all something. Okay? So let me see. It looked like we had a question. How do I get my nervous system into safety to receive? It's several things you can do, but I have products and services that will support you in being able to do that. You're going to have to retrain your nervous system. And the only way to retrain and reprogram the body is that you have to present it with an upgrade, much like how you upgrade your phone, because there is not upgrade, just like you update the programming on your phone when they send you that notification, like you need to update it. In order for you to get your nervous system in a state of safety, you have to change the program. Meaning that has to start with your beliefs. Out of your beliefs comes security and insecurity. I only recommend you fortifying your beliefs with words that came from the one that created you. The reason why I say that is because when you define yourself or refine yourself by society's standards, you will often find yourself very depressed because society is always moving the goalpost. So in one era, they may tell you that you need to get surgery, and get this thing done so you can look like this, just for them to turn around 15 years or 10 years later to say, oh my God, that disgusts me. You should actually look like this. So it involves a lot of spiritual rooting. It involves a lot of detaching from society and societal programming so that you can improve the quality of your life and so that you can create a new reality for your lineage. If you want to know in detail how to go about doing that in the areas of love, money, and just emotions in general, that I would recommend, I think it's the Magnetic Wealth. I have a Magnetic Wealth blueprint that's in my link in my bio. I want to say it's 3 something, maybe 2 or 3 something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look and see real quick because I can't think off the top of my head. A lot of numbers running. But let me see if I could check real quick. That is going to address the depths of what's going on, and I'll tell you what's in. Why is it showing up like that? I'll tell you what's in it real quick, so y'all know. Oh, I didn't put this on you, but oh well. Okay. So, yep, in the Magnetic Wealth Blueprint is $375, the self-study. And then you also have an option to work with me. So in that, this is what you get. You get the Deconstruct and Refill Your Cup Masterclass. You get Wealth Alchemy from Regulation to Riches Masterclass, where you learn how your nervous system controls your cash flow, and you master techniques that help you rewire your body for sustainable creation. Then you have Love in the Nervous System Masterclass, which is a very powerful masterclass where I did an experiment after with about, I can't remember how many ladies it was, but it was a experiment I did with like intuitive dating and different things like that, and I got a lot of great feedback and results from that, and women were seeing a lot of shifts and changes in their lives in that specific area. You also get the Power of Your Feminine Design, and you get passively paid. So all of those things make up the Magnetic Wealth Blueprint. You're going to learn how to operate from emotional regulation, not reactive survival. Create wealth from stability, not stress. Lead with feminine authority, not masculine overexertion. Build relationships, opportunities, and income channels that are rooted in energetic alignment. Expand without sacrificing your spirit, your mind, and your body. Okay? So that is what you're in your spirit, your mind, and your body. Okay? So that is what you're going in. So that is what you would get in that one. So if you felt like that you didn't want to go that deep, you want to start with the mind, then I would tell you to get the Emotional Wealth Starter Kit, where in that kit you get the Master Your Emotions the Feminine Way class, you get the Magnetism Reset Masterclass, which is the class that Delilah took to be able to get her 9 and 10 clients within that short time frame. And then you also get how to reprogram your mind to achieve every single goal. Okay? So in this Emotional Wealth Starter Kit, you'll feel grounded, not chaotic. You'll operate from stability, not survival. You'll make decisions with clarity, which is something that women struggle with, making decisions. So you'll make decisions from clarity, not confusion. You'll magnetize opportunities instead of chasing them. And you'll set a new emotional standard for the next era of your leadership and your wealth. That is what you'll get in the Emotional Wealth Kit. So I would recommend one or the other. If your focus is on getting yourself together solely, then I would get the Emotional Wealth Kit. If your focus is solely, the Emotional Wealth Kit I think is $197 with client affirm Activate. Yeah, it is. If you're focused on yourself and others because you're dating and you want to date with discernment and you want to operate from that space, then child, I can't even talk today. The Magnetic Wealth Blueprint is going to be the proper option for you. What other questions do you have for me? Drop them. Congratulations. Somebody just purchased another ticket to Monetize Like a Muse. You're going to have some fun in that class, especially because it's my last one. So I want to make it real special. So I have some goodies for people coming in there. That's why I was really excited about creating that bot. I wanted this class to be really special because I wanted to give you something that was long lasting, because your girl ain't gonna be doing a lot of these master classes as I was. So yeah, just streamlining down. Any questions, you inbox me. Perfect. So I'll make sure I get it. And do me a favor, Antoinette, put your email in there. Put the email you check, because all emails are going to I know when you buy tickets, all emails are going to the email that you use when you purchase. So just in case there's a mix-up with emails, do me a favor and shoot me your email address. Any questions? Because I'm about to go have my snack. I got to meet my protein goal, child. Help today. Okay. I don't see any other questions, so I'm going to go ahead and get off. I hope that you guys have an amazing, amazing day. Thank you for coming in on this Magnetic Monday. Congratulations to the students who will be in the Monetize Like a Muse class on tomorrow. This is about to be so amazing because you are about to position yourself to get a bag, honey. Yes, and you're going to do it your way, your identity, no code switching, no faking, no phony, straight skill set, confidence, and sales, boo. I love it. Self-care is the key fundamental of every single relationship, and you set the tone of how people treat you by the way you treat yourself. So you should treat yourself exceptionally well because you deserve it. Okay. But thank y'all so much for being here. You could have been anyone else, but you decided to be here, and I appreciate you. Click the link in the bio to subscribe to my YouTube channel and go over there to check out some amazing things. Congratulations to my students. I'm checking out my DMs when I get off here so I can go and eat. So I'm going to respond quickly. All right. I hope that y'all have an amazing, amazing day. Peace, y'all.